What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Look what I got. A Toyota Tundra TRD 4x4 off-road. So some of you guys already know about this purchase if you follow my Instagram, but this is my official YouTube video of the 4x4 truck that I bought. A lot of you guys already know too that I have been on the hunt for a overland vehicle, something that I can take camping, fit all 5 of my family, me, my wife, and my 3 kids, something 4-wheel drive, something big enough to fit us comfortably, and something to use for work as well. So now I have a family truck. I can carry the entire family, 3 kids and a wife in here comfortably, and I can go adventuring out here in the outdoors, have fun with the family as well, like we're doing right now, playing out in the dirt. I can go camping. I can build it up into an overland rig. I can carry gear in the back. If I want to drop stuff off at the dump, I can do that now. You know, when you own a house, you got to do that kind of stuff. Another big factor was that I moved up to the Reno area where it snows and gets icy, so I needed 4-wheel drive. And this is what I chose. It was a tough decision. You know, I was thinking about getting a Tacoma because it's a lot easier to park. And it's just smaller for trails and stuff like that, and better on gas. But I had to be honest with myself. As cool as those things look, it just wasn't a good fit for a family of 5. Maybe in the future when the kids grow up I can downsize, but right now I need a bigger truck. Plus too, I wanted to put a camper on the back, so the payload capacity isn't very big on a Tacoma, and once you factor in 5 people and their gear and a camper in the back, you max out the payload capacity fairly quick. Not so much with the Tundra though. So let's kind of walk around. If you don't know what this thing is, if you don't know the details on these things, I don't know everything about it, but I'll give it my best shot. All right, so let's talk about this specific model from front to back. This is a 2014 Toyota Tundra TRD 4x4 in double cab configuration with a 4.6 liter V8, 6-speed automatic transmission, and this will come in a couple of different configurations. You got a single cab, a double cab, which you see here, which gives you the 6.5 foot bed. And then there's a Crew Max, which is basically like a limousine. The rear doors are so big. They're actually bigger than the front doors. So if you really need a lot of elbow room, if you're hauling around some big Hawaiians or Samoans, then well, probably you gotta get a Crew Max. I don't need that. Another downside to the Crew Max too is it's the same wheelbase, but you lose truck beds. You get more cab and you get a 5.5 foot bed, which just wasn't going to cut it for me because I wanted to put a camper on here, and I wanted the camper to be a little bit bigger. The cab part is just where we need to ride when we're on the highway. The Generation 3 version of the Tundra is basically just a refresh of the Generation 2. Same engine options for the most part, same frame, same body, other than the front end has been redesigned with a more chiseled, tough looking front end. The Generation 2 Tundras were more bubbly and rounder, which I like them. I still like the Gen 2s, but I think this is a cool look. What I don't like though is all this chrome. I'm going to do a chrome delete, so I'm going to buy this grille and this hood bulge in white and color match it. And I'm even thinking about switching that grille out to maybe the one that says Toyota, like the old school 80s versions that they used to have back in the day. Steel bumper. I think it's a 3-piece bumper, so if you hit one part you can just replace that one part instead of paying the entire $1,000 for a new bumper. But it doesn't really matter to me because I'm probably going to swap this bumper out for either an all aluminum luminescent bumper or some kind of full steel bumper that has a winch mount and some recovery hooks. That'll be in the future. It does have fog lights, which is nice. Again, this is a TRD off-road model, so there's going to be some upgrades on this thing that a regular SR package won't have. Here's a good shot of those Bilstein Shocks. See the blue and yellow Toyota Bilsteins, and they're not adjustable coilovers, but I may get adjustable coilovers in the future. So essentially when you go with the TRD off-road package, you're getting a suspension upgrade. So this thing is tuned for going off-road, and it handles pretty good on the road too as well as far as the valving goes for the shocks. So it's a really nice package. Comes with the TRD wheels. If you don't know, TRD alloy wheels are supposedly specifically designed to be a little bit more better performing. These are 18-inch, I believe. Let's see, where's the numbers on this? Yeah, these are 18-inch Michelin LTX all-terrain tires, so really good siping on that rubber. Those aren't going to last too long though, because I'm going to swap those out for something a little bit more mud terrainish. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll talk to some sponsors and see who wants to have me show off some of their newest and latest tires. I need to talk to some wheel sponsors as well and see what kind of off-road wheels we can run with this thing. But whatever I do go with, I want it to be a small wheel with a lot of rubber around it. Maybe we'll put a lift on here too. We'll see what companies want to show off a lift kit. I don't want to go too high. Keep it around the 2.5, maybe 3.5 inch lift at the most. So the original windshield had a little chip in it. It was like a star chip in it. And when I turned the defroster on in the cold weather out here in Reno, the chip just exploded. I mean, it went from one end to the other. So it was under warranty, and I had just owned the truck for a couple of days, and they said, oh, bring it back in. We'll put a brand new windshield. So good on Dolan Toyota in Reno for giving me a brand new $1,500 windshield, no charge. That was awesome of them. They really are good people down there, have to admit. I've had horrible dealership experiences, and Dolan and Reno have been amazing. They're really good people. So let's move to the back. Again, like I said, double cab. We'll talk about that in a minute. It does have a rear window. It's not powered. Again, we'll talk about that too. Dolan included this hard shell tonneau cover. It's like a trifold hard shell. I can actually stand on this, which is kind of nice. There's a view of the back. TRD 4x4 badging or stickers. I like the embossed Tundra right here. That's kind of nice. It's kind of subdued. 3-piece steel bumper in the back. 2.5 inch trailer hitch. Small pin and large pin connectors for your trailers. This does have a tow package, so you got the upgraded transmission and oil coolers and all that good stuff that towing packages come with. Let's look underneath. Full-size spare under there. That's always nice. And there's another shot of the Bilsteins in the back. The Tundra uses four-wheel disc brakes, so in the rear you get disc brakes. On the Tacoma, for some reason in 2019 still, they use drum brakes, so that's really nice. Love that. I don't know why they still use drum brakes on the Tacoma. Toyota puts a shield around the rotor so it keeps the mud and rocks out of the calipers for the most part. So on the TRD off-road, you get a steel skid plate. It's not the thickest, but it is a steel skid plate right in front of the engine there. And my version of the Tundra does not have a transmission skid plate. As you can see there should be a skid plate here. Nor does it have a skid plate on the transfer case. It has a little tiny skid plate, but I want to put a substantial, a nice, tough, big skid plate here. And there's a couple companies that make skid plates, and we'll see what we can find. I might go with the TRD ones. I don't know. We'll see. I'll ask around and see which companies make the best skid plates. Probably one of the best things to upgrade first, especially if you go off-road. So that's the stock gas tank for the Tundra. It holds 26.4 gallons, which isn't tiny, but it also isn't very big either. I'll probably be stopping by the gas station every week, if not every other week, depending on how I drive. The nice thing about the Tundra, though, is if you look in the front here, there's a whole bunch of space right here. Also in the back, there's still a bunch of space in front and back of the stock gas tank. So what basically you can do is you can buy an aftermarket gas tank, and they make a steel gas tank that takes up this cavity here, and that can expand your gas tank all the way up to 65 gallons, I believe. That's insane. 65. So 26 gallons for stock, 65 aftermarket, and you upgrade to steel. So if a rock comes up, It'll be more protected. I think that'll be an awesome upgrade. I don't know if I'll get the 65-gallon one, but I do want to get maybe, I don't know, 45, 50 gallons at least. That'd be cool. Anything that would keep me away from the gas station for a couple weeks would be nice. I probably wouldn't have to stop at a gas station for, I don't know, 400, 500 miles. That would be really nice. Look at all that space right there. There's tons of it. So under here you can see the TRD exhaust. That's pretty sweet. It's basically a catback dual exhaust. Pretty nice, huh? That's what gives it that pretty awesome rumble. There's no TRD sway bars on this one in the back, and there's no TRD sway bar in the front. It's just a regular factory sway bar. So I'm assuming with the Pro model you would get the red TRD anti-sway bars front and rear. This one didn't have that. Those are pricey. I think one TRD sway bar is like 250 bucks, so that's a $500 upgrade, not including the labor to install it. So I think I'm going to go to sparksparts.com and probably order the TRD sway bar just for the rear, not the front. We'll see what we can do. It does have the TRD exhaust, which sounds awesome. I'll start that up here in a minute. They're stainless steel TRD exhaust. Gas caps on the left. Here's something cool. Rear backup camera. And it's lockable as well. Open it up. Woo, look at that. Dampened. That's nice. And look how cavernous the 6.5 foot bed is. That's nice. Tonneau cover comes in handy. I'm not a big fan of tonneau covers, but this one's actually not too shabby. It's hard. It's called the X-Tang Solid Fold 2.0, and it's not lockable. It's just spring loaded, so it is a cheap tonneau cover, but it does get the job done. It is Line-X coated, as you can see right there. But yeah, I like the fact that they Line-X the rear, because when you go with the Line-X, it's bonded to the metal, if you don't know. And it keeps the dust and the water from going underneath the liner, like what you get with a plastic one. Plastic one's water and dust gets under there and starts rubbing over the years. You get corrosion. Not so much with this one. All right, so let's take a look on the inside. All right, so this is the SR5 version of the Toyota. So that's already a trim package in itself. SR5 is just barely a step up from the SR. And then there's a bunch of other ones too. I don't know, Limited and what is that? 1794 and who knows what else. But this is the SR5 model, so it does have some cool things, and it's still missing some cool things. So the doors, I do like the fact that it has 2 bottle holders and then cubby and a cubby. No more compartment like on the Gen 2s. They went away with that. Passenger side does not have any power. It's just a metal bar here to adjust. Tundra rubber mats, really nice. No more double glove compartment like on the Gen 2 Tundras. It only has a single one. That kind of sucks. I wish it had 2. I mean, what's going on under here? There's nothing really going on under there. The Gen 2 had 2 compartments. They should have done that with the Gen 3. I do like the fact that it has a grab handle on the passenger side. They don't have it anymore on the driver's side. The Gen 2s used to have a grab handle on the driver's side, but not anymore for the Gen 3s. That sucks. But you can go to sparksparts.com and buy a grab handle and install a factory grab handle that looks just like this in the same matching color. So I will be doing that as well. By the way, I'm glad that there's no chrome on the grab handles here, the door handles. I hate chrome. No chrome on the mirrors too. I love that. Thank you, Toyota. Stop with the chrome. And then color matched handle on the back. I am going to change out these chrome bumpers. I just can't stand chrome. Again, 2 bottle holders here in the door. Cubby. No more compartment. Here's something that I think is funny. This is a SR5 TRD 4x4 off-road edition. It cost me $29,000 used. Brand new. This is more like a $35,000 to $45,000 truck. And it has a metal adjustment bar. No power seats in this model for some reason. Maybe because it's an SR5, not the Limited or whatever, or the Pro. Strange, right? All that money and you still get non-adjustable power, no power seats. I've heard guys say in the comments though they prefer this because that'll never break. You know, electric motors break. So that may be a pro or a con, depends on your perspective. Graphite gray cloth seats, no leather. I'm not worried about that because I'm going to be putting some seat covers in here anyway. I might even be putting a seat warmer upgrade since I live in the snow country now, right next door to Tahoe. Rubber floor mats. Here's your parking brake with your left foot. And then let's talk about some of the buttons. There is your light for your truck bed if you are working in your truck bed at night. Power mirrors, that's always awesome. This one has the heated mirrors. You can tell by the little symbol in the bottom right. Heated mirrors, that's always nice, but it does not have blind spot monitoring. Interior cabin lights. This right here, a lot of people wonder what that is. That's to adjust your beam direction for your headlights. So when you put a trailer on this, it's going to drop your tail down and push your lights up. Well, you can adjust the lights to go back down with that control right there. Isn't that cool? I like that. There's 2 blank spots for auxiliary switches when I want to put lights or a locker or whatever. Over here is your traction control, which you can turn off traction control when you're really hitting it hard off-road. There's your 2-wheel drive 4 high and 4 low selector knob. By the way, you can switch this into 4 high when you're driving on the highway. I've heard people say you can do it from 60 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, but I would probably feel safer doing that at lower speeds, maybe like 25, 30 miles an hour. It's basically all-wheel drive is what you're doing. And then you got to stop and put it in neutral to engage 4 low for serious rock crawling. So here's your fan speed. Nice big knobs for when you're wearing gloves. There's your HVAC controls, hot or cold. And then of course your vent positions and defroster. Pretty simple stuff there. Recirculation, your hazards, AC power on, defroster on the mirrors, I believe, right there. And then of course your head unit. This is not the upgraded head unit, but it is touchscreen, which is nice. It has XM radio and Bluetooth connectivity to your cell phone. So I'm not going to go into all the details on that. It's boring, but you get it. It's got a CD player and touchscreen, backup camera, all that good stuff. And then cruise control right here, windshield wipers, left, right, high beam, low beam, fog lights. Let's turn this thing on here real quick so you can really get a nice idea of what that V8 sounds like. It doesn't have keyless start. Some people don't like that. I like the keyless start, to be honest with you, after driving that Tacoma. Here's the view of your gauge cluster. Nice upgrade from the Gen 2 to the Gen 3. The Gen 2s had like tunnels that you had to look through. This one's a little bit more traditional. So from left to right, there's your oil gauge right there, then your tachometer, engine temperature, and then your fuel gauge, your speed, and your voltmeter over there on the far right. So in the center there's a digital display. You just hit display right there and you can scroll through the different pages, which is nice. I'm not going to go through all the details on this. There's a whole book that'll tell you everything. But oh, there's my fuel economy. Fuel economy was showing 15 miles per gallon. But yeah, there's the temperature outside, 32 degrees, so it's freezing out there. Answer calls, hang up calls. You can also push to talk on here as well. And then over here is your radio controls, navigating to the radio, and then volume. And here's the cool part. Put it in drive like that. Look at that. Look at that huge shifter, man. That's old school. I love it. That is so awesome. It does have automatic manual controls. I believe that's what that is. I'll have to double check for sure, but I'm assuming that's for when you're in you're driving and you want to change shift points on your transmission. I haven't tried it yet though, and I don't really know a lot about it yet. Just got this thing. The downside to this shifter though, look at this. When the shifter's in drive, look at it, sticks out in front of the radio. So I actually have to watch out. My hand is getting blocked by this big shifter. It's not perfect, but I'll take the large handle that's easy to grab any day, so that's kind of nice. I love the fact that the dash has a flat spot up there, so you can put a cell phone. I use my cell phone as my GPS. This doesn't have GPS, by the way, not this model. Up here, there's your single glasses holder. The Gen 2 used to have a whole bunch of cubbies here. Like, I'm talking like 4 cubbies. They're all gone. There's nothing here. They took them all out. It does have the mic though for talking, and then lights, obviously. And then vanity mirrors with lights. Here's something I don't like. It doesn't have garage door openers built into the rearview mirror. That kind of sucks, but it is what it is, right? Let's take a look at the backup camera. There's your backup camera right there. You got the guidelines, which is nice. And then another thing I don't like, it doesn't have the power window in the back. Remember I said it doesn't have power? On the Tacoma, you push a button and the window would open. This one doesn't have that. That's fine. I mean, that's one more motor that won't break on me, so I guess that's good. I'll take it as a good thing. And it also doesn't have heated seats. I live in cold snow country. It's 32 degrees outside, and I don't have heated seats, so that's a nice thing that I saw in that Tacoma that this one doesn't have. If you go with the Pro model or another higher trim model, that'll probably come with that stuff. Let me show you the seat here. This is the thing I love. I absolutely love about the Tundra, especially this model. 2 cup holders, a cubby, compartment, and here's the best part. I got 5 people in my family. Oh, here we go. Lift this up. I have a legal lap belt and shoulder strap right there in the middle. Just got to move that stuff out of the way, and then I can fit 6 people in here. That's awesome. You can't do that with the center shifter design, which I think is cool as well. I mean, I like that. I just think this is more my style here because I have so many people in my family. Pick somebody up at the airport, I can still bring my whole family plus pick up that one person at the airport. That's nice. Let's look at the back. So here's the double cab. Of course, the Crew Max is going to be way bigger. It's like, I think 15 inches bigger. No cup holders in the doors, no storage in the doors. And here's your 3 seats in the back. I took the headrests out so I could see clearly out the back window. Don't really need them, I don't think, for me. You got the Tundra rubber floor mats, which is nice. Here's my ice scraper, which is a must-have in snow country. No heat or AC for the back people back here, which that sucks, but then again it probably doesn't work that great anyway since it's just blown at your feet. You do have 2 cup holders and a 12 volt, so that's kind of nice. No seat pocket for the driver, but there is a seat pocket for the passenger. And then storage. You flip it up like this, unlike the Tacoma where it goes this way. This one goes this way, so this one's almost flat, which is kind of nice. You could put rifles here, ammo cans or whatever if you lay them down. But they also sell boxes that you can put back here, so if you want to get a metal locking box, you can do that. Duha makes one that's all plastic, which I'll probably get because I think that's one of the best options as far as under seat storage. It organizes everything and it keeps things out of sight too, so prevents those smash and grabs. There's a modification hack you can do too. So you see how this seat moves up and down like that? There's hooks. That thing's riding on hooks. So if you grind those hooks down, you can actually pop the seat up halfway like this, and then this will actually fold down and you can get access to the back. But you can hack it for sure. So pretty nice. Very, very nice. All right, so let's talk about the engine. Let's start her up. So like I said before, it has the 4.6 liter naturally aspirated V8. I like the fact that it has dual gas struts instead of the old stick. But yeah, nothing really special. This engine's been around for over a decade, so it's tried and true. Very reliable. Is it the most powerful V8? No. Is it the best gas mileage V8? No. Can it go 1,000,000 miles? Yes, it absolutely has. That's no guarantee, but it is just a nice selling point to know that a 4.6 liter V8 went 1,000,000 miles with basic maintenance, no major failures. Do they all do that? Of course not, but it's cool that they can say that at least 2 of their trucks in the 4.6 have made it to 1 million miles. So that's a big selling point, guys. Plain, simple, reliable, not the most powerful, not the best on gas. Could it break? Yeah, it's a mechanical part, it could break. But in the world of V8s, in the world of vehicles in general, Toyota makes a reliable, old-fashioned, good working engine. Again, I'm going to do the chrome delete on this thing from, I don't know where I'm going to get that part from. Maybe sparksparts.com, I don't know. Maybe I can talk to them, we can work something out. Let's go for a drive. So a lot of people say the Tundra is a big beast on-road and off-road, and that is true, but you have to consider too, there are a lot of organizations that use full-size trucks on and off-road. You know, there's BLM Rangers, Animal Control, and you name it. There's a bunch of agencies that use big 4x4s off-road, and they do it just fine. So I don't stress out too much about having a big truck off-road. If they can do it, I can do it. Another thing about the 4.6 liter V8 versus the bigger 5.7 V8, the 4.6 has plenty of power. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a V8, and it's geared actually pretty good too in the differentials. It gets up and goes. Watch, let me just punch it real quick. See, I mean, this thing gets up and goes, especially when the truck is empty. I mean, it's got some pep to it. It's no slouch. All right, so we are washing the big Toyota Tundra at the manual car wash. And the boys love this truck. Good job.